Welcome to this week's Who Would Win, everyone. And this one comes to us from Cornell Murray. He's given me some suggestions in the past. I've had this one actually on my list of Who Would Wins to do for quite some time, and I'm now getting to it. The Flash versus Archie Sonic, or Sonic from the comics, things along those lines. So, it's basically the battle of the speed demons. Flash, for all we know, depending on which version of Flash, we're going with the Barry Allen one, which I believe is the quintessential Flash. The one who taps into the Speed Force, because we want to use these characters in their prime. We have to use these characters in their prime. So, Barry Allen's Flash, size doesn't really matter, but he's suffered an accident. He's capable of tapping into the Speed Force, which is this extra dimension, which is this other dimension of speed energy. You can tap into it, go super fast. If you're in there, you can continue to draw power from it. Barry's physically, he's not peak, but he's physically in shape for a guy his size, build. He can throw a punch, things along those lines. Obviously, he can augment his punches, his strikes. Just give me a second, just clean my glasses. With speed to the point where he can use an attack similar to Superman called the Mass Infinite Punch, which is literally a planet-busting punch. And now, obviously, before we get to his actual speed, is that he has basically a heightened accelerated metabolism, which means he has to eat constantly, but he also heals very fast as well. Not like Wolverine or anything like that, but he can heal from some hefty stuff pretty quickly. Reaction time, I believe he can think 1/16th of an attosecond. Now I believe it's I think only 1/8 of an attosecond has been recorded, so 1/16th of an attosecond, and he can think multiple things in that time. It's not just his physicality that's been heightened, this is also his mentality as well. As well as reaction speed, it's about the same as, whatever his actual speed would be, which on average he goes several times faster than the speed of light. Now, if he goes fast enough, he can pretty much break the chronal barrier, the time barrier, which is what Flashpoint happened, and more or less move through time if he really wanted to. He can also traverse, but go so fast he can actually break into and traverse into the Speed Force itself, pull people in there, and draw on the power from there, and basically increases power. God knows how much, basically exponentially, almost infinitely. Now, he's not. There's individuals who are faster than him or as fast as him that can cause him problems. There's individuals that can catch his speed. There's individuals who can plan around it, like Batman's made contingencies against someone like the Flash. So it's not like the Flash is invincible in terms of his speed, but he's not easy. Superman's not as fast as the Flash. Is not as fast as the Flash. Superman's not as fast as the Flash. So yeah, the Flash is no joke. Archie Sonic. Now, Archie, and he specifically asked for Archie Sonic, who's got the comics and everything going, you little baby, you hold the dominoes right here. You little baby. She likes eating little belly? Well, yeah, she does. Now, Archie Sonic, going by Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. Obviously, his claim to fame is he's Sonic the Hedgehog. He moves at hypersonic speeds. Now, his true speed has never truly been now, his true speed has never truly been calculated. Some say that he's many times the speed of sound at his average cruising speed, which is probably true. But other sources claim that he might be several times the speed of light because he feeds off it or something like that. For the sake of this fight, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he's at least a couple of times the speed of light when he wants to, but when he's really pushing it. His average speed is hypersonic, a couple thousand miles an hour, easy. He's also actually pretty skilled in hand-to-hand combat, having beaten Segata Sanshiro in a hand-to-hand contest. And if you know Segata Sanshiro, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look up Sega Genesis commercials in the 1990s, kids. Segata Sanshiro. Anywho. So yes, he's also got his spin dash, which he charges up his spin in place and then just dashes. Spin dash towards the opponent. He's capable of doing some hyper jumps. Obviously, if he gets the Chaos Emeralds together. Actually, before we get to Chaos Emeralds, because that's him at peak. He has pretty much a werehog or werewolf form, which increases his physicality, his ability to stretch, all that durability, but it decreases his speed. He can't do spin dash attacks or anything like that. He also becomes more feral in mentality. But of course, if he gets the Chaos Emeralds together, he becomes Supersonic, which is or Golden Sonic, ripping off Super Saiyan, if you will. Which no, this existed long before Super Saiyan. Though I don't know if Golden Sonic and Super Shadow existed before Dragon Ball Z and Super Saiyan really took off. Maybe. Which pretty much gives him not nigh omnipotent, but he can manipulate. He can pretty much warp reality for a little while. He's more or less invulnerable. His speed is off the charts at that point. But the catch is that form really only lasts about a minute. Shadows can definitely last longer than Sonic's, which is why Shadows generally stronger than Sonic anyway. But his lasts about a minute. But one thing to go off of that is that after it fades out, he's back in peak physical condition. So with all that said, who wins in a fight between the Flash and Sonic? Well, let's say Sonic and the Flash is for some reason. Let's say Flash accidentally winds up in Sonic's world because he's the Flash. He can wind up in alternate dimensions and timelines and stuff like that if he really ends up having to. Let's say Flashpoint didn't go well. He didn't end up trying to save his mother. He ended up in whatever the land is. Him and Sonic meet up, and they have a confrontation, and one thing leads to another, and they fight. Now, how does this fight actually go down? Well, Sonic's going to be the more zealous one, and he's going to be fast enough. I think Flash didn't expect someone that fast in this universe, so he's going to get a couple of quick hits and just boom, like whoa. But then Flash immediately realizes this guy's a lot faster than most of my opponents. So now he's just easily dodging Sonic. Sonic might technically have better skill in hand-to-hand combatants or hand-to-hand tactics, but it doesn't matter if he can't hit Flash. In his like normal cruising speed, there's no way he's touching Flash. He'll get like a surprise hit on Flash because Flash probably wouldn't expect him to be as fast as he was. But he's not hitting Flash. Spin dash, nothing's going to be hitting Flash initially. Sonic then just suddenly starts to ramp it up, and as he ramps it up, Flash is like, whoa. It's like, okay, he's getting a little, whoa, and then maybe a lucky blow goes like, whoa, it goes tumbling because of the momentum. It's like, haha, what do you think about that? Then Flash just, boom, smacks Sonic into, boom. Yeah, what'd you think about that? So, there you go, and then basically, what's going to happen is Sonic's now going to be chasing after him, going faster and faster, hitting the light speed forms. Now Flash is like, oh crap, he can actually move pretty quick. They're going back and forth. All the while, Flash is now just breaking some branches, maybe throwing some rocks up. You think he's going to stop me? It's like, no, but you don't think that fast, buddy. And guess what? I just rigged this whole forest to collapse on top of us. And and just disappears as he's about to say, and now I'm like, Luckily, Sonic's durable enough that he could probably take a force falling on him. But EBO was like, I was like, yeah, can we just stop this, buddy? I mean, seriously, all we're doing is making a mess of your nice shoes, by the way. Nice shoes, little blue hedgy thing of it. What are you? You're kind of like a rodent. And Flash is just good because Flash is a talker. He loves talking to us. And Sonic's just like, you, and then brings out the Chaos Emeralds because Screw Attack likes to do. That they just have those things on a call. So let's just, for the sake of saying, give them that benefit. It's like, what's this? And let's just say they can reference Dragon Ball Z. It's like, goes Super Sonic. It's like, whoa, he just went Super Saiyan. It's like, I'm Super Sonic. It's like, yeah, well, that's, and then Sonic just boom, and Flash like, now, as Super Sonic, I think, first off, he easily overpowers the Flash. And his speed probably ups greatly, but the Flash technically doesn't have a limit on his speed. He just limits how fast he can go so he doesn't actually break things like the time barrier or anything like that. So he doesn't hurt the world. So now it's Sonic's now wailing on Flash. Boo, do. Flash just something races around. It's like, It's like, you can't get away from me. It's like, I'm not gonna. It's like all of a sudden a mass infinite punch comes flying towards Sonic, which just boom, just shockwave. So Sonic's just, whoa! Then he just writes it. All of a sudden the ground collapses underneath Flash. Flash is just, well, what's going on? It's like, I can do this, and this energy goes flying everywhere. Flash is getting hit around. And just right as Sonic's about to finish it, boop, fades out. But now he's been pretty much in perfect. I was like, crap. It's like, super form usually should last longer. Oh well. So now Flash is like, that's it. I've had enough of this. And then just Sonic, boom, grabs Sonic by the face, and then, woof, and like in Screw It when Flash fought Quicksilver, which by the way, I admit, I think we all called that fight But that scene where he put him into the Speed Force, that was pretty awesome. It's like where am I? It's like, you can feel we're in the Speed Force, my Speed Force. You can feel it all around you, can't you, little blue bastard? It's like, this is where my power comes from. I draw an essence, and in here I am king. I also forgot the fact that Flash can actually create lightning with static electricity, but that's not playing a factor in this. Unless we want to say that's how he finishes off Sonic, which let's get to that. At this point, Sonic can go as fast as he tries. He's literally in Barry's domain. There's no comparison. He can't beat Barry in the Speed Force. And at that point, Barry just lightning charge punch and just boom right out of the Speed Force. He takes Sonic and just boom puts it through the ground, puts him through the ringer. So, correct answer is, or Flash wins the fight. But is there a way that Sonic wins? Well, yes. I'd say Super Sonic has the full ability to beat Flash. However, because of how agile, nimble, and there's a trailer for American Horror Story or something like that. Oh yeah, American Horror Story Cult. Whatever. I don't watch American Horror Story. The commercial was like catching my interest, kind of. Anyway, so because Flash is able to just avoid for so long, and because he has no true limit on his speed, when he goes supersonic, he'd have to take him out quick, which is possible. But the majority of the time, I think Flash is going to take it. Like 90% of the time, I think he's going to take it. But I think there's that 10% spot where Sonic can possibly win, or definitely win, honestly. But, let me know what you think. If you think different, that's cool. Let me know. Just be respectful about it. And if you want to be a douchebag, just you can be a douchebag. I'm just not going to respond to you or anything like that. Also, if you say anything that is really derogatory or negative, just in general, I don't care. I don't care what anyone ever says about me. I just don't want that kind of like language on my channel. I just don't need that. I've only ever had to delete, I think, like 3 comments ever. And that's just because they were really going to areas where I'm like, no, I'm cutting you out. No. So yeah. But anyway, I digress. I wanted to do What If, but I just didn't get around to it today. I'll probably compensate with 2 over the weekend instead of just trying to cram 1 in. But with the What Ifs, by the way, I'm going to stave off doing any new ones for the time being in terms of new topics for What Ifs. I'm going to finish out the ones that I've left in part 1s or part 2, basically in segmented ones. I'm going to finish those out before I start any new What Ifs in terms of topics. But, yeah, and obviously no movie this week. Anyway, besides that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm still keeping track, by the way, of those Who Would Wins. I'm still keeping it up. I got 3 more to go. 3 more to go, and I've done a full week of them like I want to. So, here we go. Thanks for watching, though. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.